think we're live.
I think we are live. Hey, Amy.
Wonderful. Hey, Marci. Welcome, everyone. This is an introduction and orientation to Pennsylvania Healthy Lands Week. This is a special time set aside this year between September 28th and October 6th, where we celebrate and raise awareness about Pennsylvania's treasured cultural and natural resources. A bit of housekeeping. First of all, we are broadcasting live on various social media channels now, but we are recording this webinar, and we will be replaying it in several different locations later on. But we invite your questions. You can add them to the chat, and we will do our best in this short presentation to get to all of your questions. So I am Amy Hill. I am your program host today, and with me is Marci Mowery. She's the president of the Pennsylvania Parks and Forest Foundation and a key partner in the Pennsylvania Healthy Lands Week effort. So Marci, welcome. And why don't you start and tell us a little bit about what is Healthy Lands Week and why is it important? Why are we promoting it?
I will do that. And I noticed that my picture keeps going in and out. So I'll talk. Hopefully, it'll be continuous dialogue, even if the picture's fading in and out. So this is the third year for Healthy Lands Week. It actually started at an initiative called the State Comprehensive Outdoor Rec Plan that's done every 5 years that looks at the needs from gathering public input. What are the needs and desires for recreation in Pennsylvania? And one of the things that came out was that we need to look at the long-term sustainability of the assets that we have. So a number of organizations got together and brainstormed, what could this look like for Pennsylvania? And that was the genesis of Healthy Lands Week. It's a week-long celebration of the cultural and natural assets that we have in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And it's an invitation for people to learn more, roll up their sleeves and get dirty through volunteerism, maybe participate in outdoor recreation events or cultural history programs, with the ultimate goal of strengthening volunteerism for the long-term sustainability of these assets that we all know and love and hold dear. And these assets are across the state. They're not just in state parks or state forests, which I represent, but they're in communities. They're in our museums. They're in our Historic and Museum Association properties. They're in preserved lands. But they're all the things that make Pennsylvania a great place to live, work, and play.
Absolutely. I think most of us would agree that there's some special place, a park or a forest or a museum or something nearby that we really treasure. So this is a great opportunity for people maybe to discover some new things, to explore the different ways that they can become stewards and help with that sustainability of these special places. Stewardship, the dictionary definition of stewardship is the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. And I would agree that Pennsylvania's lands, kind of in the broader sense, not just the physical soil that we live on, but the lands that make up our community are something that we're all entrusted with as citizens. So I think Healthy Lands Week is a great way to do this, to express your stewardship and to get involved and to make sure that those things stay as wonderful as they are. So there's several different ways I think people can get involved. One way, I think, is learning, right? Education is a way. How do we know what to take care of if we don't know what's out there? Another way, of course, is recreation, appreciation, and just really enjoying everything that those assets have to offer. And then, of course, conservation is a big part of stewardship and getting involved that way. So Healthy Lands Week, what does it look like? How can people find out what to do and how to get involved?
Well, there's really two tiers to Healthy Lands Week, and we have our handy friend Pam in the background. I'll ask her to bring up the Healthy Lands Week website. The two tiers are, if you're an entity or an organization, you can list events that you might have happening during that time period of September 28th to October 6th. And again, these could be live in-person walks or talks or volunteer activities, or they could be virtual. Like we listed our book discussion that would be happening in September. They could be lunch and learns. They could be webinars. Here's a few examples. So if you're an organization, an agency, an entity, you might be a corporation that wants to go out and do a volunteer day, even on your own property. You could list it here to be a part of this larger initiative across Pennsylvania. And we're looking at all different types of activities because, Amy, as you alluded, education is really important because typically you're not volunteering your time until you're excited about something. So attending an educational seminar or learning a little bit more about a public land or a local museum might get you excited and might make you in the long run want to donate some of your time to that entity. Or maybe it sparks your interest and you start spending more time in that place. So as an organization, we invite you to list your event. As an individual, these events will be up on the website and we invite you to participate during that time period. It's easy to list your event. So if we go to submit an event, we can scroll down. There's a simple online form saying, what's the name of the event, clicking some categories to help people understand what it is that you're doing, the dates, how people can contact you. If you have, you're having people enroll, a URL, and then a picture to help people to get a visual idea of what's going to be happening at your event. You hit submit. That comes to our person behind the screen, and then she'll make it live. And so it's as easy as filling in a couple of pieces of information, hitting submit, and then you're listed as part of Healthy Lands Week. There we go. Look, easy peasy. When you decide to participate, there are actually some tools, and Amy will talk about the toolkits, but we have resources on here. We have information about why is volunteering important. Volunteering is actually really good for your health. Loneliness is one of the biggest contributors to illnesses these days. And, you can connect with people through your volunteerism or going out and finding other people that maybe like to do forest walks. So a lot of opportunity.
Absolutely. I think that's wonderful. And last year, there were many different kinds of events, including everything from the volunteering, like what you might think of litter cleanup or, rolling up your sleeves and clearing brush away from a trail. But there were also yoga events and art creation events, if I recall. So really, there's all kinds of different ways that you can get involved with Pennsylvania Healthy Lands Week. And for somebody who might be contemplating whether or not to do an event. So we certainly have people who are friends of a certain park or might be supporters in some other way. This is a wonderful opportunity to sort of increase interest in your own local organization, that it can be an opportunity to sort of invite people to come and see what you're all about. Just the same, we're going to be promoting Healthy Lands Week across the state. So it's a great way to kind of get a little bit of traction, a little bit of publicity for the local work that you do in your favorite park or historic site. So I think that's great. So
yeah, Amy, I want to just jump in there. You mentioned about all the different types of activities. And I think that's one of the key things, is because we all interact with places in different ways. Maybe you're inspired to do art. Maybe you like to relax. Maybe, your thing is to go out and read a book in the outdoors. Maybe you are a history buff and you go to all the museums that you can and you're trying to check them all off of your list. So I think it's important that we have this variety. We do have a question in the chat. It says, there are no events near where I am located, but I want to do something. I also don't think I can organize something on my own. How do I reach out to a local state park or forest or any nature-based nonprofit and ask them to help plan something? Well, I think that's a great idea. You could potentially, if you're living near an area, educate the entity that you might be interested in partnering with. Reach out, share information with them that Healthy Lands Week exists. Express your interest, because sometimes places need somebody to take the lead, and assess their interest in doing something with you during Healthy Lands Week. So thank you for that question.
Yeah, that's a great question. And we do have a toolkit that we can pull up on the screen here. But that is designed to make things easy. We have a logo that can be slapped on to any posters or banners or on social media, that can be used to just simply take a simple event like a hike or a bike ride. And as you're promoting it to your own networks and your own social media followers, you could just pluck this logo right on there and spread the word. We also have some example social media posts that can be used and that can also be customized to put your own logo on there to promote that. But I think you definitely can reach out to any of the favorite places that you have, and just ask that question, what are you doing for Healthy Lands Week? And I wouldn't be afraid to schedule something on your own. I know I personally am interested in trail running and getting out there and kind of exercising deep in the woods. So some of my friends are going to host a trail running during Healthy Lands Week, just as a way to get out and appreciate and learn a little bit more about how we can enjoy the woods that way. So lots of different things that folks can do. Plus, there's a lot of information that would help you talk about what's in it for the local organization, because sometimes that's the hard part, is like, why are we going to do this? Well, there's lots of good results that would come from participating in Healthy Lands Week.
And Amy, I want to build off what you're saying in that I loved your terminology. You can just slap the logo on, because if you already have something that's happening during that time period, don't reinvent the wheel. Just slap on the logo and say, hey, this is also a Healthy Lands Week event. So, can't get much simpler than that. Just slapping on a logo.
Right. And I think one thing to keep in mind too, where we're using the term healthy lands, and really anything that takes place in Pennsylvania is doing something that celebrates and preserves what makes Pennsylvania healthy lands. So it's not just something that's based on natural resources. It could be anything. It could be a cultural event. It could be something that celebrates the arts. It could be something that really talks deeply about the shared history that we have here in Pennsylvania. So again, the concept of healthy land, it's a little bit more of this land is your land, this land is my land kind of a sense. But I think that's an important thing to do, is really anything goes, anything that's taking place that celebrates what Pennsylvania is all about could be considered for the calendar for Healthy Lands Week.
Well, and another connection to that is, if you literally look at the health of our land, that contributes to the quality of life that we have. It also contributes to some of the businesses that we have. The foundation, the Pennsylvania Parks and Forests Foundation, did a video last year on the role of trees creating clean water, and the role of clean water in the craft beverage industry. So maybe you're a business and you want to, during Healthy Lands Week, maybe you want to celebrate the fact that Pennsylvania has good water, which enables you to have that business. Or maybe you're a farmer and you want to have something that's Healthy Land Week, celebrating the fact that we've got this rich soil that allows you to grow these amazing crops. So, really think outside the box.
Absolutely. And events can be in person, on site somewhere, but they could also be virtual events that could be about learning. There's certainly opportunities to learn more about all of these different assets that we are trying to celebrate. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to travel anywhere. You could still participate in Healthy Lands Week by checking the calendar to see if there are any virtual events that may fit in with your schedule as well. So thank you so much, Marci, for sharing your insights and your experience. And the invitation is out there for Anybody who's interested in hosting an event, visit pahealthylandsweek.org and look for more information there. And we hope to see everybody out there during September 28th through October 6th, 2024.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there enjoying Pennsylvania.